Nancy here, again with another video, and today I'm gonna actually do a tag video that I was tagged in. Getting work done. And anyways, today I'm going to be doing the 10 influential books tag, and I'm going to be a total rebel like other people on Booktube. I can't remember who. And I'm going to just explain briefly why each of these books have influenced me in some way. I know you're just supposed to bring up the books and just show them, but rebel for life. And I was tagged by I think 5 people. I'm just gonna put them right here because I don't remember and I feel really bad. But I remember when I saw that I was tagged, I was super excited because each of those people are people I am totally obsessed with. So check them out if you want. So let's get started. No particular order, just me talking with these books. I'm crazy. Alright, so the first one I have here on my pile is Frankenstein by Mary Shelley. And I read this in senior year of high school, and it was one of the first science fiction books that I was actually really into. It also had a lot of philosophies in here that I still think about to this day and trying to figure out, like the morality of killing a child who is annoying as hell. Still wondering about that one. Don't worry, I don't kill children. I got into my first literary argument with this novel, and from that moment forward, I think that sort of initiated me as being an English major. The next book I have here is Fahrenheit 451 by Ray Bradbury. It made me really scared for the future because of how many things it actually prophesized. Like, what is it? Headphones, the little shells that they put in their ears, and televisions, and how some people are just so dependent on entertainment and escapism. And how many people actually don't read anymore. Like, this book is the future. This book in 1984. Scary. His next book is A Series of Unfortunate Events by Lemony Snicket. And it was one of the first serial books that I had read. I read this, I think, in elementary school, and it was a time when my best friend and I were really, really bonding. And we were bonding over these books. And of course, Harry Potter, the whole series, but I only have the second book onwards because I am a hot mess. Guys, I can't find the first book in this series. I had it once, and I have 2 Chamber of Secrets books, and my 3rd book is missing the first 30 pages, and I'm still missing, I think, the 5th book and the 6th book. My Harry Potter collection is so pathetic. The next book I have here is The Catcher in the Rye by Jd Salinger. This really changed me as a writer because I thought all that existed was like genre fiction for some weird reason, and this book really like pushed me into seeing that there's other kinds of books out there, literary fiction, and books that concern more than just getting a boyfriend. And everyone in my class, my senior year, when I read this, hated this book so much, and I was the only one who liked it. I felt special. This book made me feel like a snowflake. Next book I have here is The Fault in Our Stars, and of course, everyone knows about this book. John Green, you know, the internet YouTube supreme lord. No, I don't think he would like that. I consider this one of my most influential books because it was one of the first books that I ever got signed. Yeah, it was one of the first books I ever had signed, and it was one of the first books that I've ever pre-ordered. I felt like I was a part of something when I was purchasing this book. Of course, the writing is spectacular, the story is amazing, but I think mostly the influence comes from the background information of how I got this book. So the next book I have here is Blacker the Berry by Wallace Thurman. I read this in my junior year of college, and I had taken an Afro-American history literature class, and this book really opened my eyes to a lot of things. I guess before that I didn't really see, you know, the media and what the media really truly portrayed, and how there's really lack of diversity in the media. Like, I was so clueless. Like, I really stupid, to be honest. And reading The Blacker the Berry made me more aware of skin tones and how looking more European is actually better in our society. So, yeah, The Blacker the Berry just made me not an asshole anymore. And of course I have to include an anthology. I was an English major once, and anthologies were the hottest shit. So this is the Norton Introduction to Literature anthology, and this is, I think, my first English anthology I have ever purchased when I changed my major to English in community college. I originally was an economics major, and I was like, you know what? I like English. I want to write. I'm going to pursue that. So I just changed my major. Didn't tell my parents for 2 months. Yep. And I still keep it because there's still a lot of short stories and a lot of concepts that I have not read through yet, and I think would be really helpful to me as a writer in the future. So I just kept it, and I still have my post-it stuff on it. True English major. And I had just read this recently. It's The Interpreter of Maladies by Jhumpa Lahiri. I have Booktube to thank for introducing me to Jhumpa Lahiri. I'm really glad I read her. She was such a game changer for me in the past month or so, especially when I was applying to MFA programs and all that stuff and seeing what kind of writer I wanted to be. Jhumpa Lahiri writes about really interesting things. Like, each of her short stories has something peculiar about them that makes you really interested and intrigued. And not only that, but she's an amazing writer, and her words, it doesn't even feel like a chore to read. It's more like you're eating like brain cake. And her writing just really influenced me a lot. So I still don't know where that's gonna take me, but that's the exciting part. Yay! Last book I don't have right now because I don't know where it is. Where the heck is that book? It is Looking for Alaska by John Green. That book is probably my favorite book out of all of John Green's books. When I first finished reading that book, I wanted to throw it across the room because of how it made me feel. And I wanted to personally slap John Green in the face for making me feel those intense emotions. Like, how dare he do that? That was also the time when I was getting into Nerdfighteria and becoming a nerd fighter and just being more involved in YouTube and just falling in love with YouTube. That was around that time. So I consider that book like a gateway drug for YouTube. So those are my top 10 most influential books. I don't think those are actually my top 10. I think they're just books that I remembered. I'm sure there's a lot more, but I just don't remember them, or I don't have them on my shelves. I'm thinking of doing this video again next year, and I think that it should be a yearly thing because books just always influence us. And it says at the end that I have to tag 10 people. I think everyone's been tagged already. Yep, I think everyone's been tagged already. So I'm not going to do that, but I'm going to tag myself in the future in 1 year. Exciting. Alright, well that's all I have for you today, and I'll see you in another video, probably a tag video that I have to catch up to. Oh snap. Ray Bradbury. Okay. Next.